let's see what we got.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the book show. This is the 5th annual U.S. Book Show. Thank you for coming. We're thrilled you're here.
This has been something that I've been working on for 5 years, as Johnny has said, and watching it grow from a virtual event has grown into this incredible connection and place for us all to meet at least once a year and be together.
What do you think of the show?
A big fan of the show because it brings together all the different kind of aspects of the publishing industry. I love the fact that it's for authors. It's also for people who are helping support authors.
Like always, this book show has been fantastic. The PW team throws an incredible U.S. book show.
I'm in digital licensing, and AI issues is a big thing.
All right, so you see that? So she said AI and AI issues are a big thing. So that part right there. Now, this is a video conferencing, not video. They had conference calls about this prior to. That's what this whole thing, this Publisher Weekly thing that they do in the book conference is, right? So their issue primarily started to come from when AI really took that boom in 2020. I want to say it was. That was a hell of a year. 2020. I think it was 2020. When it started to take that boom, that's when they started to have creative scare. Like if any of y'all remember when they had people that were scared, that was graphic artists, they were afraid that their jobs would be taken because of what AI was able to do. I remember when I first seen it, I was amazed at it. And so people were scared of what it was able to do. Well, lo and behold, one of the things that they started to, because they started this 5 years ago, and it's going to be in June. I'm a live stream the actual conference. If they have it live for people to watch, if they don't, then once it's done, then I'll just go ahead and talk about it there. But they were scared primarily because a lot of the stuff, a lot of the things or books that was coming out, they have a lot of books now that came out that AI had wrote. They felt like their creativity was being hindered because of that. And so they was like, okay, well, we need to do something about this. And so that's what she was talking about right there. And I have something else that well, matter of fact, no. Let me get it right now. Let me get it right now, actually. They have something real quick. Let me find it. Because I had it pulled up where the government actually stepped in on this. The government stepped in on this in regards to AI, right? Okay. Yes. Here it is. So now check this out, y'all. Check this out. So now I did a little thing now on AI. I'm using AI to explain the AI part. So on this right here, right? They have this is on Perplexity. So I had looked up, and I hope y'all can actually read and see this. I looked up something regarding the internet to see what the AI issues was with publishing and with writing. Now, they had a big shift since ChatGPT, like what you see right here, right? Let me see. Maybe y'all can see better. No, y'all good if I'm right there. So they had a big issue with ChatGPT. A lot of people was generating certain things and needing help to be able to transform, brainstorm, so on and so forth, to come out with a lot of their pieces, their books. A lot of people used it. So they had an issue with that. And then look, you start to see where it mentions the quality and crap flooding. So let's read that. It mentions about how major retailers have been hit with waves of AI-generated low-effort titles, especially on the Amazon KDP, which threatens to bury serious self-published authors under a pile of junk content. So a part of what she was talking about when she had brought up, I forget her name. I missed her name. I missed her name. I'm sorry if you actually wind up seeing this. So she wind up mentioning that part of the conference that they're going to be talking about is going to have a lot to do with the fact that, their AI content that's coming out is going to wind up ruining the self-published stuff, like what you see right here on this right here, the article, or more or less the examination from ChatGPT or Perplexity. That's what they're saying here. So anyways, back to this. It says, in response, Amazon has added guardrails such as limiting KDP accounts to three new titles per day. So those people that was just flooding the internet with a whole bunch of crap. Let's see. titles per day and tightening rules right here on certain low-quality companion derivative books, including many AI mass-produced summaries and guides. Because a lot of people was doing that, trying to make a quick buck. And you see that with games also. People trying to put out a lot of crap and not really taking the time to really fine-tune it. Same way you could with a game, a movie, or anything that really you can see video, for example. To make a polished product, it takes time to really put that, to make it. You want to paint a canvas. You want to paint an image inside of somebody's head when you're doing something like that. Books are real good at painting an image in your head without you seeing images, as long as you read it as is. AI, they use a lot of AI to mass produce a lot of words, and then they start to sell it, and they were scared about that. So that's when they start to see this whole copyright thing, copyright training and data lawsuits start to come up, right? Okay, now we're going to get back to that. But let's continue.
The thing that I didn't know what to expect, but really blew me away this morning was hearing the talk from Ms. Givens about the Schomburg Center. Within the first 10 minutes, I felt like, okay, I'm in the place I'm supposed to be. I was supposed to get what I got today. So it's been wonderful so far.
The terror of being a moderator is itself moderated very quickly when you are talking with 6 brilliant people about something that they're all really passionate about, which is developing this business's young people into forces for good in it, to change it, to move it, to shift it into something.
All right, so to change it to, well, let me finish.
That we always knew publishing could be, but haven't quite gotten to yet. What's more exciting than that?
Oh, this is a really great.
So now you can see part of what he was talking about was, instead of being scared of the AI, right? Instead of being scared of the AI, let's try to involve it a bit more into what we do on our day-to-day. Let's try to do that, because if we do it like that, then not only can we utilize some of the brainstorming, what's the word when you get stuck? What is it? Writer's block. When you start to have writer's block, you can use that, the authors of it, the real creators, they can use that and then create something masterful, create something great. Because a lot of people, especially graphic designers, I know some personally, create some absolutely mind-breaking images when they use their talent and AI assists with it. That's the best. The best stuff out today is the people that did that, and they caught up to it. So this is the attempt of catching up. So some people are going to talk about the copyright issues of a lot of the crap, a lot of the flood that's coming out with a lot of this content that's coming out. Others are going to talk about, like what he was saying, that let's use it and get better at what we're doing. How about that? Let's use it. And then the younger folk that are going to be growing up with AI, they can be able to still write their books, become authors, but they'll be even better because they're using something to help that writer's block and push out a lot of content that they made, not that AI just made. So it's going to be an interesting thing. Let me see. We're going to finish it out. Let's see what we got.
Like supercharged space, and it's too short but too long at the same time, and there's so many great people here to talk to, and just like a really great place and a great community of people.
Hearing kind of what it is that the agents are looking for, what is Hollywood actually buying. And the other thing they said that I thought was fascinating is that publishing isn't taking enough big swings and needs to be less risk averse, because a lot of the things that end up really being home runs and blowing up are things that are doing something a little bit different, a little unusual, that's not something
be risky.
Sure of.
This is my second year at the US Book Show, and I think it's a great show. Like, it attracts a lot of different types of publishers, including more traditional publishers that a lot of the other shows don't attract. Lovely day in New York City, so yeah, it's been great.
I think it's nice to see a more technology forward approach, and a great crowd, and just excited for this in the industry.
This book show is definitely a pearl. The majority of the participants of this venue are innovators, so they are looking forward, they want to see what is in the future. Thank you so much, guys, for this incredible event.
Beautiful. All right, so I like that beat too. Might have to take that one. Hey, so good stuff. I definitely am going to cover that. So all of the points that they was making there and some of the things that I was inferring to, I definitely want to talk about that and reach out to it. So we're going to see what we got with that. Okay. So now I do want to go back. I mentioned the copyright thing, right? I mentioned the copyright thing. Now check this out. So I had pulled this up here. Watch this. Now, in regards to now the government, you see how it mentions up there at the top, how the government scraps copyright exception as preferred option for AI training and win for creative industries. So this right here is kind of explained right around here. No, wait. No, I have some notes on it. Excuse me. I have some notes on it. So check this out. So now one of the things how it scraps, right, is, let me see, find my notes. Okay, so now listen to this. Now this is notes that I had to write down. I wrote it down on my computer. So as of March 2026, the UK government in particular, for example, right? The UK government has abandoned plans to introduce a broad AI training copyright exception. Following significant backlash from creative industries, the government previously considered a text and data mining TDM exception for commercial AI training, but has now scrapped this approach. Let me jump down. So, no. Let me read that. Opting to bolster protections for right holders and focus on licensing rather than blanket exceptions. So instead of blanket exceptions, let me read on to show you what this is talking about because it's going to say it. So the key developments regarding AI training in UK copyright. No commercial exception means plans to allow AI developers to use copyrighted content without permission for commercial training were revoked after protests from artists and creators, says BBC. So they had some of this I had to copy over from different places because there was a lot of fishing I had to do. But they had protests that artists had because they felt like their jobs were being put under fire because of AI. So that commercial exception, that non-commercial exception, that's something that got put in. Now, this is in the UK. Whether it's going to come to the United States, I don't know, but this just happened in March, so last month. So now the opt-out abandoned. So the government has moved away from an opt-out model that would have let companies train AI on work without consent, right? Because certain work that you do for it to be trained on and things that'll get put out needed consent. They weren't using it because AI just does this workaround. You know how when you search stuff up, it finds things and then lets it use it, and then sometimes it doesn't give a link, and sometimes they belong to somebody else, for example. The current framework, let me see. Okay, no, that's it. That's all I wanted from that. Right? So, good stuff. All right.